has to be first, has to be the main concern of everyone on this island, and especially politicians on this island. When Hurricane Irma passed, and then a few days after that we had Hurricane Maria, I too with the family lost a lot in the house. Some of the things that hurt you the most when your windows and your doors go and your furniture go, you lose certain photos of dear loved ones and things like that, and you realize that what is life really about? And you ask yourself, I think my wife told me that 3 days after the hurricane, I still didn't know what was going on in the house, because you believe that you do things the right way, you build the right way to be able to withstand. And when I was trying to keep the house dry in the middle of Maria, I was thinking, well, here we are mopping water, and others are actually being rained down because they don't have a roof. Luckily, we still have a roof. And although your kids are scared, imagine kids that have no house, children that have no house. And then you look and you have the meeting and you try to get a direction from government of where the country is going. And you say, well, you talk to yourself a little bit, because at the time after the hurricane, you're busy thinking of what you would have done if it was any different. And I can remember going back to 1995, when in 1995, Lewis and then Marilyn hit us. That too was probably record-breaking hurricanes at that time, and the island was destroyed. What did we do? You went out there, you helped people, and we formed, at that time I can't say it's a national government because 2 people were left out in that government itself, but the 2 largest parties in St. Martin, bitter rivals for many, many years, came together and formed a government of, I believe it was called the Government of Reconstruction. And that government had a very young guy, I think I was 25 years old, with black hair and nothing to worry about, and a very competent leader under Sarah as well. And we were both in the council in there with Mr. Vance James, I believe also Mr. William Marlin, and I'm not sure the last commissioner. But I believe, I'll tell you something, the relationship that I had as well with the former leader of, I believe at that time it was the St. Martin Patriotic Alliance, Mr. Vance James, was one, I can tell you, of trust. And in order to make a country move forward, there must be trust among the people that are part of the coalition. And I can remember having many discussions with the past leader and in Mr. Vance James, because he was the Commissioner of Finance at that time. And at that time, St. Martin, I will tell you, had money, because even government coffers itself had a very good reserve. The business community itself, right after Lewis started rebuilding, the camaraderie within the community was extremely different to what the kind of sense that you're feeling now. Government itself sat with the business community, sat with community leaders to find out exactly what the needs are of business of the people. I can remember receiving also one of the front page news was on November 1. Celebrity Cruise Lines brought in their first ship in 1995. But why, and I say, why did that happen? Because you had a government that was focused on making sure to take care of the people, to take care of the economy, and that wanted to work together. At the same time, like I said, you had, under the leadership of Vance James and also Ms. Sarah Westcott Williams at that time, there was trust. And again, I bring that word up, trust that basically when you did things and you made sure that the country moved forward, meetings would go on, and as an executive council, these are the things that we needed to do, these are the things that we wanted to work on, these were the critical points. For example, to bring in cruise ships back to our country, what are the critical points in St. Martin that you need to do? And people work together. I'm sorry, I did not see that over the last few weeks or even the last 2 months with the present government that we have. You have a leader that asked for the leadership, and in terms of perception, gave the greatest perception to the people that he was a true leader that stood up, and I believe, what was the slogan? We achieve. I believe it was accomplish or something like that. Well, well, you accomplished a lot. You've gone, to me, the most popular, unpopular politician in the history of St. Martin. And if you make the mistake of calling election, you might have the opportunity to prove me extremely right. So I will say this, I don't believe that the most popular, unpopular politician should get away with it just like that. There is no reason to call election in December. There is no reason, or January or whatever month you want to do. Had he taken up the offer that was positioned to him right after the hurricane, we would not have been in any kind of predicament. We would have all been trying to work together. I know there would still been a problem of trust because, yeah, I really don't trust the good individual anymore. But it would have at least been a try for the population of St. Martin to move forward. Now what are we here today? We're talking about a national government again. No problem, national government, let's talk about it. First, I can tell you one first condition. There is no way that the UP will agree to him being PM. I could tell you that for sure. And we cannot agree either that any PM is to be appointed. No. That has to come from one of the politicians that basically ran on a list. You can't lead the country coming out of a disaster like this without taking the brunt of the force of itself. You have a government that put together in the last few days, and I don't believe that was just an easy call to make from those individuals. I listened to MP Healings in the first week also reach out to his own coalition and say, let's broaden the coalition. I had no talk with him about asking him to join, or I don't believe any member did at that time. But I believe that he did that out of also the goodness of his heart to make sure that the country is moved forward first. I heard, now you will say that probably I was talking to Adwell. Well, I talk to him all the time in here. Nothing about changing of government, but I've also listened to him talk about the people. And then we get to MP Chanel Brownbill. He made a very important statement. He said, listen, we might have aid on the country, but it is not getting to the people that really need it most. And that to me is the key and the crux of the matter. You still have old people, the elderly, without a roof over their head or sitting in a little room. I have seen young people walking, ripping down roofs, ripping down old sheetrock, and when you ask them how is their house, they're asking you, can I have your old sheetrock to be able to rebuild my own house?
Hey guys, did you know that now with Telcel, if you accumulate $25 or more within one calendar month, you get 15 more?
15 more?
Yes, 15 more, however you want.
So I can top up $3 now, $10 next week, and so on until I reach or pass $25?
That's right, get 15 more.
Wow! I feel like a 15 again.
Yeah, Right. Accumulate $25 or more within 1 calendar month and get 15 more. Telcel, when you want more.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
When we started the coalition, the rule was simple. Simple. If anyone go independent and throw down the coalition, we will call for re-election. Everybody know the rules. Don't do as if we don't know the rules. So, about 4 months ago, when the 2 youngest members of parliament was approached to go independent, we had no hurricane. 4 months ago, when the 2 youngest and most least experienced who were learning the job was strategically approached, there was no hurricane. So something else was playing. It means that the making of the fall of this government started long before Hurricane Irma. And it's a shame. The shameful part of it is to approach the 2 youngest members of parliament to ask them to go independent, something that this country decide we don't want happen anymore. It destabilizes the country. It is bad for business. Investors don't like instability. We have heard it over and over, but yet they ain't come to me. They know better. They didn't go to all the other experienced members of parliament. They went to the 2 youngest ones. And my fellow Brown Bill, my fellow MP, Mr. Brown Bill, I will tell you, I don't have a crystal ball, but I believe your political history is severely challenged. Whoever make you believe that you can make the move that you made, and your political future, your political future is severely challenged, my brother, in St. Martin. And there's nothing, it don't happen. It don't happen. You will only find out in the future if what I'm saying today is so or not. I have been asked many times to cross the line. You know, I go where I am. Win or lose, I go where I am. I always tell my colleagues, when we go out there, the best man win. If you win, I go with you. If I win, you go with me. We are part of a coalition. That means inside the coalition you will know things that people outside the coalition don't know. And it is true. It is true what my colleague said yesterday. MP Heerlings got vexed with the Prime Minister in regards to the job in Holland. It is true. Because only after that was not secured is when he got upset. He threatened with court cases, and after that wasn't done, we saw the jobs going down right here in Parliament, even in the coalition. And yes, the message came in the coalition chat, who are not on our side, right, don't belong in the coalition. But everybody felt the message was definitely not for the chairlady. So nobody really worried. It is true that MP Hearings was upset with the Prime Minister. And as I said, we did not believe after even reading the message in the chat. We never believed the message was for the Honorable Chairlady. That's why all of us left it alone. It was so bad that the Prime Minister himself had to start defending himself to the Honorable MP. The Prime Minister himself started to defend himself because none of us said anything. Because so Perry MP Hearings hitting the Prime Minister, it happens. This one annoyed with this one today, that one annoyed with that one today, and the one gave that one a jab. That happens in every government. In every government. Then we had another issue. Something about yachts in the lagoon and salvaging in the lagoon, and that became a strange point. Yes, I saw the chairlady asking questions, and one day the Prime Minister turned to the minister from Vromi and said, but please explain me what's going on in the lagoon, because he didn't have no clue what's going on down there. And I'll tell you, if you're not part of the marine industry, if you're not on a yacht and on a boat, you don't know anything, you really don't know anything about salvaging and what it costs and stuff like that. And I'm going to tell you, the story ended up to be something for a potential $30 million. A potential $30 million.
People all across St. Martin are switching to a more rewarding experience. The WIB MasterCard Fun Miles credit card, better known as My Card. Earn 1 fun mile for every $2 spent, even abroad and online. This will quickly get you a ton of fun miles to redeem for travel, shopping, food, fuel, and much more. But there's more to My Card. Worldwide acceptance, an EMV chip for extra security, and 250 free fun miles with first use. Switch to My Card today at WIB.
Fun miles, from within your reach.
Hey guys, did you know that now with Telcel, if you accumulate $25 or more within 1 calendar month, you get 15 more?
15 more?
Yes, 15 more. However you want.
So I can top up $3 now, $10 next week, and so on until I reach or pass $25?
That's right. Get 15 more.
Wow! I feel like a 15 again.
Yeah. Right. Accumulate $25 or more within 1 calendar month and get 15 more. Telcel, when you want more.
A part of the preamble of that Constitution reads, resolve to work together with our partners in the Kingdom of the Netherlands. When I think about that, Madam Chair, and I ask myself, how does our Honorable Prime Minister align his behavior with that specific part of the Constitution? All comes to mind, Madam Chair, among many things, I will only do 2. is tell them send the troops. I will not bend under the pressure from the Dutch. And those types of quotes, I can go on with more. So much for that part of the Constitution. That same preamble, another part of it further says, to work together with our neighbors in France and Martin. When I think about that, and the way our Prime Minister aligned his behaviors with that part of the Constitution, what comes to mind is we do not want any of the undesirables from that side of the island to come to this side of the island. At no point was the decision made by this government to block the borders. And that was stated several times, Madam Chair, and at a certain point, with a sense of disgust and anger in his voice, as if, what foolishness are you talking? It took literally cornering him, Madam Chair, for him to come clean and be truthful. Yes, indeed. The borders were blocked. The decision was made by the police to do this. Again, Madam Chair, those actions don't necessarily align with a part of the preamble in the code, in the oath in which we all took. And when you think about forcing our Honorable Prime Minister to be honest, Madam Chair, it brings to mind trust, or in his case, deceit. How do you further trust working with a Prime Minister at the helm of our ship of governing this country, who you have to force to tell the truth, who you have to prove wrong through videos to get to make him step forward and speak the truth? How do we allow our people to continue to suffer under his leadership? How do we have a Prime Minister who acts as though he does have no clue how to show compassion, Madam Chair? Compassion for our country, or for our people and a country who went through what we went through, especially the traumatic experience after such a devastating natural disaster, Madam Chair. I think of the Prime Minister of Dominica, Madam Chair, and he literally gives down to me hope. Hope that a Prime Minister can indeed be compassionate. I see a Prime Minister can actually show empathy for when he too suffers with his people. I see a Prime Minister that can show anger and disappointment when his people does wrong, and he have to discipline them, like looting for days after the hurricane.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
Well, of course, let me say this first and foremost. I believe that the people of St. Martin have been done a great injustice. As you all know, St. Martin was struck by the most devastating and ferocious hurricane that ever left the coast of West Africa. And it was something that we were not prepared for. If one paid attention to some statements made by the Vromi Department, Mr. Toji Moncampo, many said St. Martin prepared for a category 1 or 2, but this became a category 5+ in very short time, and the devastation was tremendous. Today, it is proven that that those that signed to send home our ministers do not understand the process of working together. As you may know, the Prime Minister submitted a request in order to have a meeting with all 4 leaders in order to make up what they call a national government or broad-based government to show the people of St. Martin that it is not about the position or whatever, because he said, and you heard the leader of the UP party mention it, he did not want any politician to be at the leadership as a prime minister. But of course, the political situation as it is, that he could not, that they would not accept the fact that a politician would not be a prime minister of St. Martin. So therefore they voted in this direction. Right now, I believe that as things are at the present moment, the government that they have voted out, have not been given the opportunity to do its work. St. Martin was definitely on the rebound. St. Martin was recovering, and 70% of the businesses on Front Street stated that they would open once they get proper security. The AUC said they're going to return in January. Airlines started to fly again. The tourist system economy decided they're going to come back to St. Martin. All this is a process. It's a process that was taking place. But unfortunately, this government has used the issue of the aid, which definitely, is they cannot say exactly as to how much aid will be given to St. Martin. They can't even answer as to what would be an aid, what would be a grant. These things are not clear. And the Prime Minister was saying the condition that they set in order for us to get the aid, you wait until on my knees, I'm almost begging, and to tell me you want an integrity chamber, you want to control the border, you want to control the police and immigration. Not even stating we can work together, but you want to put us on the background and you want to take complete and total control. We are against that. But time will tell us what this U8 coalition members have signed into, and the people of St. Martin should hold them responsible for whatever consequences they face in the future because of this decision at a time like this, to take such a decision to send home the government.